big slogan of ours is, what does it look like to make history for our club?
The belief is there to go and try and get these points and hopefully make a playoff run.
The long wait is over. Yes, the NWSL summer break will come to a close, and the NWSL is back with, I think, just a lot of hype going on with the World Cup as well. So we'll see how this affects the NWSL. We'll see how it affects the Houston Dash. But once again, welcome back, everyone. We kind of missed you all for this month-long break. I know it's been a lot of content around the World Cup, but we'd just like to be back here with you guys and then going back. But as your host, Manny Olivares here, and I got my trader on the roster right here
Raider.
with the ugly jersey.
Hey, Forza Milan. But hey, we are so happy to be back. We missed y'all. I know immediately everyone is happy that Manny is immediately flaming me for my amazing jersey decisions, because he is the one that has no style. But we got some stuff to talk about, even though all World Cup stuff has been going on. Manny has been hitting the ground running with all amazing coverage, thanks to Bayou City Soccer, and I'm sure you all have seen his amazing work. But things on the dash end have not been so quiet. We're going to talk about a bunch of stuff, a bunch of roster moves, and preview Washington coming up, and everything that's really been going on.
Yeah, it's been a somewhat quiet, somewhat okay, uh busy with the Houston Dash, and compared to some of the NWSL, moves, as we after we got off break, Sam Kerr is back on the NWSL with Gotham, you know, Ali, what was it? Ali Setnar got moved from Kansas City to Angel City FC. So a lot of blockbuster moves, and so the Dash had some moves as well. Just highlight a few of them. I think after we got off air, we had the major news, well, the big news that that Maggie Graham, was had a contract extension to the 2029 season. Of course, the last month of the NWSL season, Kate Radar was recognized as Rookie of the Month. I think at the moment, currently, if I'm not mistaken, as well, she is the lead for the Rookie of the year as well as the last stat before NWSL went to the break. So
Mhm.
it's a lot good on that, and of course, just a week ago as well, the Houston Dash as well signed Serbia international Miljana Ivanovic as one of the additions to the team. So let's just from Malmo FF Sweden. So just focus on those three players in particular. I think how is that a good? I think it's just a good upstart to the quote unquote transfer, but also for extension as well for the future for the Houston Dash.
No, I mean, I think this is amazing. Maggie Graham is one of the best players of this team and one of the best midfielders in the league. I think she's shown it through her first couple years in the NWSL, and I think since this is her first opportunity at a fully healthy season, I think it's going to be huge for her to really get the confidence from the club, and I think it'll pay dividends. Um, Cat Raider, I mean, when you talk about a rookie that's been electric, you have to mention her. I think I struggle to see her really dipping in performance because of how just well she's been playing. And even when she doesn't put herself on the score sheet, she puts herself in good positions to, really impact the team. And I think seeing her get recognized, it's phenomenal. I'm really happy to see Dash players get success because they typically get slept on. And by the looks of it, not anymore on the rookie rankings, thanks to Cat Raider. And then finally, Miliana. I mean, she, if you haven't been paying attention to her international record, Serbia might not uh, be doing too well, but she is certainly scorching hot, scoring in her last 2 games. I mean, you're talking about a player that if she can bring a semblance of that into the dash, I mean, we're seeing a problem offensively, and I think you look at the struggles in the number 9 to get goals. Granted, Clarissa Laracy, I think her form is just getting better and better. I think she's continuing to put herself, especially in the San Diego and Angel City FC games, put herself in great positions to really press, really attack, really be aggressive. It just hasn't really landed, and now that just puts now this signing puts a lot more pressure on that, and kind of allows her to do what she does best. I don't know whether this means Fabrice will go into a 2-striker system, or maybe drop Clarissa to the wing when she does come on. I don't know, but I do know that this is hopefully a great solution to the really glaring issue that we've seen from the dash, which is the number 9, which is the production not really meeting the standards that the dash really need for a playoff push, because we've seen this dash team compete in almost every single game that they've played. It's just the lack of goals has really killed them. And I think this is a great step forward. I think there's a lot of potential here.
Yeah, I think so too. I think there's a lot of potential for her. Scoring 9 goals. Uh, uh, at Malmo as well. It's maybe I think when you look at the like 9 goals in 23 games, yes. Like I think also you gotta think of like maybe the service of the world, but she has helped the Lionesses on the 2025 season to help promotion. So she was a key factor of that, and so it's good to see as well at the young age of 26. It's still pretty much she has a lot of to give, and Fabrice mentioned it as well, and so about how much she can provide. Just coming out of the season, so she's pretty much almost informed, and see how it goes. And breaking news: U.S. Mentee fell back and got a red card.
I knew you were gonna say, okay.
And then so everyone, please attack the Domino's website. You get a free pizza. So the promotion, the World Cup promotion. So if someone from the U.S. team gets a red card, you get a free pizza from Domino's.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So attack the website. So back to the segment and then so uh, uh,
Man.
so it's yeah, it's really interesting how she will develop, and like you said, it's really good. It's you want competition. I think that's the good thing. You want competition for online. The kind of signals we'll talk about later about the other decision, the other news that came out today as well. You want decision. You want her potentially compete with Clarissa Larissi, with Messiah Bright. I don't think she's in the conversation, but she's still part of the group. And of course, and of course, she will hopefully hook up as well with Emina as well on the right side as a wing. I think they both have kind of similar styles, so we'll see how that could be. So it's a good thing. Of course, not to mention Kiki should be back. You know, as well. So it should be really interesting how it goes with that as well. So a lot of things to do, a lot of things to see with that in mind. So it's a good mix. Hopefully Kiki's back. Maybe she does something that as well against with I say K Fosse as well. So it's never too bad to have a lot of forwards in the mix. And since a lot were injured and some of them not hitting as well, so this is a good option for the dash. So my perspective, and Maggie Graham, I don't want to miss out with her. Staple seems to be the face of the team, so it's good to have that contract extension as well. So more on the news today, the NWSL has announced that the list of free agents that can begin negotiation for the next year, 2027. And the Dash brought out their list of the players that are available. Doesn't mean they're gonna be away, but contract negotiations still be with that as well. Here's the list: Natalie Bayan, Messiah Bright, Alicia Chapman, Danny Calaprico, Caroline Delisle, Evelina Dujan, Kay Harden, Julissa Harris, Sarah Puttigam, Makenzy Robbe, Sophie Schmidt, Kiki Van Zanten, and Amanda West. So a total, I think around, if I'm not mistaken, about a good 13 players. And of course, other news as well when that list came out, that as well, that Zoe Matthews and the Houston Dash mutually terminated their contract together, so she's no longer a part of the team. I think she'll still be with Benfica, as she's always been with there, but at the moment, she is no longer with the club. So, any news about that? I think from the list. Okay, my question to you,
Yeah.
Diego, from the list, who do the Dash need to renew their contract or have the contract extension, and which ones you feel like it's maybe okay to let go?
I'm gonna just mostly talk about the players that I think we should keep. Um, I think Kate Harden's got to be on that list. I mean, I think she's a consistent starting level player at her best, and I think you're gonna lose a lot of depth in the back line, and you might as well keep the youth. I think she's been great. I think Fabrice loves her. I think it would just
Mhm.
be a shame to let her go to a different team. Sarah Putingham, I think that's a player that speaks leadership and is kind of like been extreme. It just shows that she's been willing to take that step back, and I think seeing the Dash kind of like pay respects to that, I think is great. Um, I mean, it would, and then I would wrap it up to just give a clean three. Kiki Van Zanten, I think another top midfielder for the Dash. I think you can't really look at that list and say you don't want Kiki on your team.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that's pretty much what I think as well. Uh, I'm trying to think right now, like the list of what you're mentioning. I think sadly, the players I think everyone will be agreed on to maybe let go, cut off will be Messiah Bright just because of her performance of recent games. Alicia Chapman, and sad to say, I think Sophie Schmidt, and as well there's the three players: Alicia Chapman, Sophie Schmidt, and Evelina Dujan. I think everyone grew to love Evelina Dujan last season, but she has been no part in the teams, this far this season, or even been off the bench. So I think pretty much, almost writing on the wall that pretty much she's just for squad, making up the numbers for the squad. I think the
Mhm.
ones who's 50-50 on, it's of course Danny Calaprico, because of her presence. I feel like the drop after she's not on the field, but as well you kind of want to move more younger, like it says you have Sarah Puttigam who could offer that. Maybe not the same speed. I think feel like Danny Calaprico is more focused on more the speed, while Sarah Puttigam has more technical issue on her thing,
Mhm.
as well. I think my 50-50, that was going to be a long shot, Jalissa Harris,
Mhm.
JY. Reason why, because she has been having an astounding season in the USL, Super League,
Mhm.
and we have seen some players that came from the Super League to have good careers, or like professional in the endo itself. So I don't mind having her back as well to see what she can offer in the center back. You know, maybe because we haven't seen her since she has uh left. She only played like one or two times for the Dash, and then she was loaned off. So we'll have to see how she's performed for a team that should be play in and play out. And
Mhm.
then I think, and lastly, Makenzy Robbe. I think what you've seen of her in the early end of the season, the first half, how she was the glue to the attack. I think you want to have another shot on her and see how she goes. Yeah,
Mhm.
that's my only one. Everyone else, I think, Natalie Bain, not really much there. Carolina Delisle, sadly, I think is one of those goalkeepers revolving door. We lose goalkeepers, we gain goalkeepers. So it's like because at the sadly, anyone who comes in knows that Jane Campbell will be the number one for goalkeeper until something happens. You know, and so that's pretty much it. Amanda West, I feel like just the youth and how great the youth has been attacking the forwards, and that we're always constantly bringing players that are profish, like Linda Olmark, Kate Rader, you know. So it's really easy to say that she might not come back. So that's all all speculation, but you know, these agreements, you know, are taking effect. You never know. Maybe once, usually after when these news come out, the teams are more available to see who's coming in to negotiate them and maybe extend a contract with them. So that's what they did last season. So we'll see if it does this season as well. So pretty much that. We'll see how it goes. And sad. I think a lot of people just don't know. Sad to see Zoe Matthews leave. I think uh, seeing her leave and seeing her not being uh, part of the team, I think is really, really. I think a lot of people had a lot of hype on her signing when she was 17, being loaned out, but it looked like it didn't plan out that way. And so, I think, I think, I think the U.S. soccer system. You're always trying to look for youth players and grow in them. And it's working right now with the rookies that the Dash signed this season. You kind of hope that it worked as well with Zoe Matthews, but it didn't work. Unfortunately, it didn't plan out that way. So we'll see how it goes with that as well. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see how this list revolves. Does also show that the transfer window, it is open. It is coming up alive. So many moves are coming up. Dash has made one move. So we'll see if this cap space helps to maybe to bring new players for this end of the run or not. But we just have to see how it goes. It's the name of the game. Sadly, you lose players, and you won't gain players as you move on. And so we'll see how it goes. So um, moving on for this weekend uh, as well. Uh, we're gonna move on to this weekend as Diego is a little bit mad at the game. He got quiet because he was very, very upset with that red card. I could tell.
My
That's
Wi-Fi crashed. That does not have anything. I'm not even watching the game. I
yeah.
I've had internet issues all day, and I knew it was bound to happen eventually.
Uh, so we see how it goes with that. But now just going a little spiel about the other contract situations and everything. But moving on to what everyone's looking for, the game on Friday. Washington Spirit. This is actually, I just realized, this is the first time that Washington faces the Houston Dash this season. Washington has been, after their slow start of the season, just because of the managerial change of the as well the injuries of Trinity Rahman, new goalkeeper because Aubrey Kingsbury, is on maternity leave. So the team shaped looked a little bit different. But as soon as Trinity Rahman came, I think everyone clicked again. Kouassi got Cantore started to have shape. Lucy Santos, I think, I think to me, is the quiet underdog as the MVP, NWSL MVP, because she's been without her, I don't think the the Spirit would have any team left yet. And of course, Tara Rudd as well in the back, and the goalkeeper that replaced Aubrey Kingsbury, Sandy McCleaver. She has been having a great season. I'm not gonna lie, it's really like out of the blue. So, how do you see the dash? I know you're gonna go into it, but it's really hard to tell when you have a whole month break and you're going back to competition. So it's really hard to predict it. But how do you see the dash facing this Spirit side?
I mean, the Spirit are a tough team. It's definitely a team that if you're the Dash, you don't want to play in first game back. Especially because, I mean, the last time you played them in Washington, it ended 4-0 in favor of the home team. I think this is a better Dash than the one that lost 4-0. I think this is a very, very, very improved squad from what we've seen in this first half of the season, if you even want to call it, because we're not even at a half. I think Washington's just now. You mentioned it perfectly. They're hitting their stride. They're hitting their stride. They're finally figuring it out. They're slowly getting it together. I think that it'll be a battle. It'll be low scoring, no goal fest for you, Manny. I
Even though Houston has been the goal fest for the World Cup.
No, even though there's been a goal fest, but I think it'll be a good game. It'll be a physical game. I think you'll see a lot of the play in the midfield instead of the wings. And I think you're really gonna have to look at a player like Maggie Graham and see how she can break the line in those kind of forward passes and kind of like look to really be dangerous like that. But it will be a really tough game if you're the Houston Dash and your first game is back is at Audi Field.
Yeah, it's really. I think I'll have a different tone if it was here the first game. But I kind of knew, we can't have the first game here. The World Cup's still happening here. Fan Fest is still happening here, so you can't have games here at all. So until the Fan Fest is over, and the World Cup's over, basically Houston's like can't. It's a no go here. But
Yeah.
the just to touch on that, I think it's very, very, very hard game to watch. I think if Fabrice mentioned on his press conference that he welcomes the you want the team to get back on the right start, and to have that is against a good team, a competition that you want to face, a strong, no matter what team you face or what team you one opponent you good, you want to face the best. At the moment, Washington is one of the best, even though they're in fourth place, 4 points away from the top, but they're still one of the best teams. So you still have to watch out for, like we mentioned, Trady Ramen, Sofia Cantore, Kouassi, Rebecca Bernal. It's been really good as well. I think the whole midfielder. I think if the Dash can control that midfield and not let Spirit control the midfield, I think it will be a winnable game. But it just really depends how quick and if they can. I feel like they have the firepower to withstand their counterattack. So we'll see how it goes. But I'll give you last before we go, Diego, your prediction for tonight for the game.
Tonight? No, for Friday.
Friday.
You're thinking of today. You're distracted. I think it's gonna be a 1-0 Dash win. I think it's gonna be a Dash.
By who? Who's gonna score the goal?
I think Clarissa's finally getting on the back. I think Clarissa's worked hard. She's grit and grind, and I think she's finally gonna get rewarded.
Okay. I go with a 1-0 as well, and I will go for a Maggie Graham special.
Maggie Graham special. I like that. In the words of Kirk Cousins, you like that.
Yeah, so we'll see how it goes. We'll see really how it goes with all this. It's very. Uh, I think this if you're a Dash fan, this is the last. This is not the game you want to see, but it just happens to be that way. Happens to be that way. So, but before we leave, we just go and mention just the schedule right now for the Houston Dash. And as we are trying to pull it up right now, and golazo. Dang, that was a golazo right there.
Really? I'm not watching.
Yeah, golazo right there.
Word.
Damn, man, golazo from my boy Malik.
I really wanted Bosnia to win.
Nah, man, who cares about Boston?
Hey,
Hey,
one of the Dash's own is rooting for Bosnia, so you can't go too hard on them, Manny.
but even though the majority of the team is going for USA.
All right.
All right. But I just want to let everyone know about the schedule for coming up for NWSL. First this Friday against Washington. Then next week we're on the road again against Denver, and then the other week we're going to be on the road as well for Racing Louisville. Literally the Friday after the World Cup. I told you, bro. Golazo, bro. Told you.
Yeah, you weren't getting on that one.
Yeah,
That's why I apologize to all my our amazing viewers. But that was
and we don't come back until Friday. We'll get the Bay FC, the Bay. So there's a lot of games away, of course, because of the World Cup logistics. Of course, you have to play it. Sadly, in cities that are not affected with the World Cup. So that's a reason why the players should have gone with the CBA, the CBA, and do the transition. But I'm not here or there. But to avoid all that. So we'll see how it goes. But that's just a lot. So we'll see how it goes. How it go from week. We're gonna get back at the spin on things, and so hope to see other news that happens for the Houston Dash as well, either transfer or good news. And so next Wednesday, we'll be back on this with the recap for the game, and we'll see how it goes and see how the Dash will climb out the table and be back on the playoffs. But before we go, we'd like to thank you all. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for our sponsors, Ugly Guppy, Lotus Bravos, and We Got Soccer. I know 3 places. We got Ugly Guppies at the Fan Fest and Shell Energy. Lotus Bravos are in the corner at the Fan Fest, and we got as well my boy Diego at the Fan Fest as well. Also,
I'll be at the Fan Fest every now and then.
And Dash House.
Yes, be at Dash House. That is the place to go if you.
No, it's a place to get free merch.
Free merch? No.
Yeah, the free Dash House, the house shirt, the free Dash House tote. What else? The Panini stickers as well. See, man, you don't think you think, man, this guy goes to Dash House 24/7. He doesn't know all the freebies.
I know all the freebies, but I don't. I'm not gonna sit here and announce it. I will let y'all check out because been a long week, but I will tell you, go to Dash House if you want to stay away from the heat. I don't know why. If you want to stay away from the heat, go to Dash House. Come hang out. It's all great deal of fun. And this is an open challenge to all of you, including you, Manny. If y'all come to Dash House, tap me on the shoulder, and beat me in FIFA and EAFC, I will get you a $20 merch item.
That's easy, man. I can do it in my sleep. Chill.
Well, you have to come to Dash House then. You have to come to Dash House.
Chill. Chill.
The offer extends until
it closes.
Let's do it. No. Too many. I'm gonna be broke. Absolutely not. The offer is extended until next episode, which is on Wednesday. So be there. Try to beat me in FIFA or EAFC. Sorry. Try to beat me in EAFC, and if you do, again, $20 in the merch store.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I can't do that. I'm not allowed to gamble due to NCAA policies. You all got duped, but do try to beat me in EAFC, and yeah, just have a good time at Dash House. Yeah, I'll see y'all there.
We'll see you there. No, it's gonna be a good game. It's gonna be good fun. It's all good fun. If you side note, if you're doing anything around the Edo area, you do have the Fan Fest, you do have Shell Energy Stadium, and you do have as well Dash House. So there's a lot of activities to be there, a lot of things to do. So come out and see how it goes. So let's see that again. Let's see. But once again, thank you for all for tuning in, and thank you for all. And see, I know it was the middle of the USA game, so I know let's go back to it. But once again, thank you all. Always look out for our content on biocitysoccer.net and our social media as well as we see Greg Berhalter in the stands. So that's why the USA got the red card. But but thank you once again. We'll see you all next week.
I will see y'all next week. And remember, that is not a valid bet. We are not doing that. That was just a joke.
It was valid.
I'll see y'all
All
later.
right. Bye.